Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain is all anyone in this goddamn office has been talking about for the past week. It's all your fault, Peter Brown.
Hey. Wait, it's Kojima's fault. It's not my fault.
Is it Kojima's fault?
It is Kojima's fault.
It's a pretty great game. Mike Mahardy, you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm really liking it. This whole weekend. That's all I did.
Talking about it is difficult because then we're into spoiler territory.
I need anybody in this office to finish the game. There's like... half the things that come out of people's mouth, I'm like, yeah, but
Yeah, you just hear him. He's constantly grunting and sighing from where, like, his desk. Someone says something like, "So this is what I think is gonna happen." He's like,
I'm like 5% in after like 20 hours or something. Yeah. So don't worry, we're not going to get into spoilers here on today's chat, but we are going to talk about some of like the interesting things that have happened to us during random missions, the interesting moments that make like a Metal Gear game. Not talking about stuff that we unlock or things that happen, but like just interesting things that have happened. I guess the wonderful fruits of emerging gameplay which happen in this game.
Speaking of emerging fruits, I did find a cassette tape with the sound of a soldier pooping.
I found that too!
Yeah.
I wish you could set it as the sound on your helicopter.
Did you like that segue?
Yeah, did you plan that? That was good.
That's pretty good. The PC version, I've seen people, you can basically just put in like any old MP3 into that folder and just like make the helicopter
oh yeah, because they did that with like the wrestling intros, right?
Yeah, Dirty Dan Reichert did that himself.
Dirty Dan.
You could do that with the Pooh cassette as well. Every time the helicopter comes, because I set it like an hour or two into the game, and now every time the helicopter comes, be it to pick me up or like support, it's like playing Take On Me by A-ha, and it really takes the edge off. Like a really tense situation. It was like,
oh dude,
you can just hear coming in the distance like a sort of a creepy helicopter. What type of moments have you had that sort of stand out to you, Peter Brown?
This was something I found early on that I thought was like maybe a glitch or something, but then we've determined that this is a real mechanic in the game, is sledding in the cardboard box.
Oh, yeah.
So when you're in the box, you're crouched, but you can stand up and run into a sprint, and if you hit square, if you're on PlayStation, to dive, if you fall on a decline, you'll actually slide down. And so like you can find some hills that are really tall and go for like 30 seconds, like straight, and it's really fun. Like it's stupid and simple, but I don't know, it's fun.
You can use it to escape, presumably?
Presumably. I've not done so.
Okay.
But
I feel like a part of this game is going to be like hunting down the sickest slopes.
Yeah.
To like really just fucking get
stay tuned to GameSpot.com.
Yeah, it's coming soon. Mike, what sort of moments? You were talking today about a mission that I played last night, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a mission later on where you just have to pretty much, I don't think this is spoiler.
Blow up vehicles.
You just have to blow up vehicles, and they're on like planned routes that you have to, or route if you're one of those people.
Thank you.
Yeah, that you have to kind of just like do a certain amount of them in a certain amount of time. And I had C4 planted on the road in one spot, like 2 of them, and then I had another one that I kind of just forgot about because I pressed the wrong button to set it.
Okay.
And I went prone waiting because I knew they were going to be along the path, and all of a sudden, so I was just waiting, and I threw on Rebel Yell by Billy Idol because that's one of my favorite songs in the game to play. And then they came along, and I pressed triangle, nothing happened. But I got points for something. And I was wondering what I got it for, because the trucks in front of me were fine. Pressed triangle a few more times to blow them up, and I realized the one the throwaway one I had accidentally put on the ground before had blown up like some other vehicle or something.
Wow.
Yeah. I never went back to check, but it was just kind of cool that came out of that situation, because I wasn't expecting that, obviously. It wasn't planned. I mean, I'll tell people in the future it was planned, but...
I was running around on D-Horse with a rocket launcher, which I had just, I guess, researched, and I hadn't actually used it before. So like, the same mission where it's like, you just have to blow up a bunch of vehicles, and I like, okay, what do I do? I'll find like the highest point in the topography and like stay up there and like crouch and like get in a good place for this anti-tank weapon and like just get it down the sights and then shoot. And I did that a couple of times, and then I realized there's like so many of these vehicles to blow up that they're never all going to come to me on time.
Yeah.
So I hop on the horse, and I'm like looking for a place to like use the rocket launcher, and I'm like, what if I can use the rocket launcher while on this horse? Which would never be the case in the real world, but Hideo Kojima doesn't give a fuck. So I was like running around on the horse, D-Horse, with like this rocket on my fucking shoulder, just like taking shots. And that was amazing. And then one of them turned around and saw me and like just blew the crap out of D-Horse, and I like flew across the dirt in behind a rock.
Speaking of
pretty rad.
blowing the crap out of D-Horse, I got the command that you can just have him defecate. It says.
Yeah.
I haven't used it yet, but that's like the last thing I unlocked before stopping to play last night.
2 fecal topics. I just wanted.
Yeah.
In
one thing.
That if you play the recording of the pooping in the bathroom, people won't go in there because they think someone's pooping.
Okay, emerging gameplay from Mary Kay.
That's
If you
awesome.
play the recording of the poop, in the bath, no one will come in.
Why can't there just be a command for him to imitate pooping? Why do I have to get the cassette? 9 out of 10.
Kiefer Sutherland wasn't willing to record that piece of audio, probably. Okay, that's pretty great.
Even the thing with the earlier games, there are all these little things like that to find, like, you know, like the stuff in the locker in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah, kissing the models' posters.
Yeah, but like now
So
that
dumb.
Metal Gear Solid 5 is so huge, it's kind of like baffling to how many little things I'm sure people will start finding.
Have you killed somebody with a supply drop yet?
No, I just found out today you could do that.
Yeah.
Killed myself.
Did you with a supply drop?
Actually, it doesn't really kill you. It just kind of no. But Randy was telling me you can do it to quiet.
Oh, really?
That's
what-
No spoilers. Let's keep out of that one.
Yeah, that's what I heard today as well.
Do whatever. You can do it to D-Horse probably as well.
Speaking of D-Horse and supply drops, we're all good segues all over the place. The first time I decided to try sledding in the box, I had previously called in D-Horse, like a buddy supply drop, whatever it's called. To the top of the slope, I had just beaten like a boss, so I was kind of just celebrating, had Take On Me playing. And I went to slide down the hill, and all of a sudden D-Horse drops in front of me, and I hit it, and he did that whinny, and he went like flying onto his side. I was worried I had done more damage, but he got back up. Like, 2 seconds
once
later.
I dropped into a level and was like riding down the road on D-Horse, and it's never not going to be weird saying D-Horse. It's just such a fucking weird name for a horse. And there's a truck coming towards me, and it was like really early, and I was like freaked out, and I was like fuck, and I jumped off D-Horse and ran. I've totally forgot about this. And ran behind like a boulder and just like dove behind it as the truck was coming around the corner, and I hear it going. And just fucking nailed D-Horse, and I turned the corner, and the guys are like getting out of the car, like, "Rah!" And the horse is on the ground, and yeah, just fucking straight up shot them. Then it was like perfect opportunity to kill them.
It's actually a really good tactic to use during one of those like missions where you have to blow up tanks and stuff.
Oh really? You've used that?
Oh yeah, because they're not gonna. They're
Why
either
would
gonna
a
run
tank
over
run
the
over a
horse, or they're gonna get out and say whoa.
Yeah, get out of the way. Any other moments come to mind? You did a mission without using reflex before, right?
Yeah,
I haven't done that yet.
I still didn't get the S, but I think I just took a really long time. But yeah, it was one of those ones where there was the side task was to extract a prisoner, and I had him on my back, and I always get really tense when someone's on my back because we have less options, especially when you can only use a sidearm, just.
Yep.
And I was walking through the village with him on my back, one of these people, and there's like 3 guys around me, and I knew because they were previously marked, so I saw them kind of searching. Something had alerted them. I think I like opened a door too loudly. And I just made it through without alerting anyone, extracted him with a Fulton, rode away on the horse, playing some sort of song, got picked up and went out without people knowing I was there. I was like, that could have easily gone wrong so many ways, but I just got lucky, and I guess patience paid off.
It's great when you get like that like sandstorm comes in at just the best time. You're like, like fuck.
Yeah, when you're like scouting out a mission, like how am I gonna do this?
Sandstorm approaching. I had one where I had to go in and collect this really battered prisoner, like, and extract him. And I found this other prisoner first, who I was like carrying him out. And then I went down into there was like a grill underneath the base that you could like crawl under, like Metal Gear Solid 1 style. But I dropped him in, and then there was like no way of getting him out because you can't climb out with the body.
Yeah.
And you can't push him down kick his body down the grill. So I was like, I gotta fucking Fulton him, but like no one else knew I was in the base.
Yeah.
So I like just Fulton the guy. I realized, oh my god, I can Fulton him, and then popped him up, and then literally it was just like everyone just zoned in on me. So I run in, I'm like, okay, I better get the other guy, and I ran in, got the real prisoner, carried him out, and there was like 3 guys like reflex mode, like coming up the stairs, and I just had my like gun, and I'm like. Throw this prisoner on the 3 of them. I'm like, he's probably gonna die, but he was all right.
Did you find the little hedgehog that was crawling around those little vents?
No. Oh,
Yeah,
I saw one.
rat.
Yeah, I've seen
it was
a
a
rat.
rat.
I've seen the hedgehog as well, though, and like, there you couldn't Fulton them, obviously. But but when I saw the hedgehog later in the wild, I was like, sweet, but you can't do it. But you can capture them because you get these little animal traps that you leave. So you leave it out, and then just randomly, like over time, it'll be like, oh hey, you got an animal. The support team brought it back to base for you. I've had it, but I haven't used it, so I've laid some traps today.
Yeah.
I really want some hedgehogs.
For what reason?
Gotta go fast.
Okay. Blue hedgehogs.
God.
Good shot.
No, I don't. Sorry, that was dumb. But no,
Yeah, that was dumb.
No, because you have a zoo. Where are these hedgehogs going to go in the zoo? Good mean mugging the camera.
They're just gonna like mean mugging. They're just gonna like crawl underneath the barriers and then just like off the
Those
edge
are
of
lemmings.
the platform. Yeah, probably just like lemmings. These moments keep happening. It's what I love about it. It's like you can't talk about the story stuff because you'll spoil it, but we keep coming into the office and having these like crazy like little asides about it. You've obviously played more of the game than anyone. Does this continue? Do you think? Do you keep like finding new ways to enjoy the game like throughout 100 hours plus of Metal Gear Solid?
Oh yeah, like so like well, at one point you unlock the water pistol and like it's just like a little squirt gun, and I hadn't really thought much about it. I thought it was kind of a gimmick, but I only recently found out that you can use that to like blind soldiers. So if they catch you, and they're like, oh no, and it cancels the reflex and the alert, and you can use it to take out electronics as well.
Oh wow!
So it totally just all of these layers keep appearing that I never knew existed before. So yeah, I mean, and again, I'm only 46% now after maybe another 8 hours. Like, there's still so much to tap into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many weird stuff to find and discover. Mike Mahardy, Peter Brown, thanks for coming on, talking about Metal Gear Solid.
Thank you, boss.
5. Thank God.
Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss. Okay.
It's great.
Not your Muppet.
Love that video game. Let us know what you think about Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, any little interesting emergent gameplay moments that you had yourself in the comment box.